Good morning, Butterfield Trail Village. How are you? Good. Hello, everyone in TV land. We're glad you're tuning in today. We've got several announcements this morning, so we'll go ahead and get started. This is the town meeting that was rescheduled from last week, and we will still have town meeting on the 25th, which is already on your calendar. Okay, I hope you are enjoying the more welcoming entrance of Butterfield. We made some changes, and deliveries are now being taken to the cart room. And all of the delivery companies are fine with it. It's working out great, and it just makes our front entrance a little more aesthetically pleasing. So I hope you're enjoying that. I have a trip for OARCS to Ozarks. It's our last trip or destination regarding this series I've had since March. And we'll be going to Bartlesville and Pawhuska, Oklahoma, learning about the Osage Nation, the oil boom, and the flyers are at the transportation desk and the sign-up sheet. The deadline to sign up is Friday the 11th, as well as your deposit and payment will be due the next week. So I need 20 to go. Right now I only have 6. So if you would like to go or need more information, just see me after the meeting. Regarding reserving our spaces, the game room, the villa room, the lodge, if you have a standing reservation, a private reservation, meaning not everyone's invited, and you've not been meeting on a regular basis, will you please let me know so we can free that time up, because it's on our working calendar, but we discovered a group the other day that they haven't met for over 6 months, and we could have been offering that time to someone else. So just let us know if you make any plans to change or cancel your event. We have 30 complimentary tickets to the Fort Smith Symphony String Quartet performance on Saturday the 12th at the Fort Smith Performing Arts Center. How many of you came to Bach to Beatles, featuring the Fort Smith String Symphony? Weren't those young people fabulous? This program is nothing but the blues. And it's the same group, the same string quartet, and we'll run a bus. We depart at 5:15, and we'd love for you to support these young people, and let's go to Fort Smith. I encourage each of you to vote on November 5th in the general election. Butterfield will provide transportation on the bus to our polling place, the Trinity Temple Church on Rolling Hills, until everyone that wants to go vote has had the chance to go vote. I know several of you will drive yourselves, which is fine. Some of you will be early voting, which is fine. The only deadline for these particular events I want to call to your attention is if you've not registered or filled out and sent in the application for absentee ballot, that is due, and it has to be received by October 29th. The applications for absentee ballot are located at the information center. If you don't find one, just ask Michael, myself, any of the drivers, and they can help you find it. I can help you fill it out. Unfortunately, I can't fax them anymore, but you would just need an envelope, a stamp, and send it off. Okay, any questions about that? All right. Just want to hit on a couple of things left in the month of October. We have our annual Butterfield Arts and Crafts Fair here in the hall. It is on the 17th and 18th. If you have any arts and crafts that you would like to display, just to share those with you, like artists, any kind, clay, paintings, drawings, we'll set you up a table. Just sign up at the front desk. Some residents will be selling their goods, which is perfectly okay, and we just encourage you to share your talents, because even if it's something you've not worked on in a long time, but you're extremely proud of that piece, we want to please share it with us. We'd love to see it. And if you have any questions about that, you can see me after the meeting as well. Let's see. There will be a UAMS open house clinic on Thursday the 17th from 1 to 2:30. And you're welcome to stop by the clinic. There will be posted outside the door with information, and I believe they have new staff that they'll be meeting as well. We still have seats available for Halloween, October 31st, for our Murder Mystery Dinner Theater. So I have it on good authority that someone will die at Butterfield on October 31st. Okay, that's all I have. We're going to go in this order: Jennifer, Kim, Vicky, and Cody, and then Kevin. Thank you all so much. Oh, Trish. Oh, okay. Great courses. We've been doing Lost Worlds of South America, and that will end on, or that ended on the 2nd. Sorry? That's when I was gone. Cox Cable had an outage, so some of you missed it. Let me see what I can do to get those rescheduled, maybe not on a Wednesday, but on another night so you can catch up. Does that work? And then the next series is Railways That Changed the World. So the railroad is amazing, the history is amazing, and so that'll be a very, how many lectures, Trish, do you think that is? About 12 weeks, yeah. So, all right. Any more questions? Yes, ma'am. The question was, will we be running a bus to the War Eagle Craft Fair? And unfortunately, we're not going to be going this year. I'm sorry. It's just, the crowds and everything. But we're trying to do a craft fair here, and good luck if you go. The traffic is horrible. All right. Anybody else? Well, thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Good morning. So, right before this meeting, I just met with Ricky and have decided to put it's hiking across Spain, but we're going to do the Portugal trip. The trip is going to happen during the month of April. I'm looking at the best deals for flights. So if you are interested in doing this trip, you're the first to hear about it right now. And the meeting to find out all of the particulars will be October 30th at 1 p.m. right here. And don't worry, you'll be getting announcements in your box, on Telegram. So if you're not writing down the date, you'll get plenty of reminders. Also, we are in the middle of hiking every Monday. We left here and we're making it 2 miles a week till we get to Kessler. Yesterday, I met with Mimo, and we are going to do a celebration when we make it to Kessler and have a picnic that he's going to cater. You're still going to have to pay for lunch, but it's going to be catered, so it will be a picnic to celebrate making it all the way to Kessler Mountain. If you're hiking with us this Monday, we are going to be starting at Gordon Long Park. We'll be ending the hike at the Circle K convenience store. I know the ending doesn't sound great, but the hike will be good. We're going to go eat lunch at Sassy's. We have a reservation for outdoor on their wonderful patio. So if you're not signed up for that, get signed up. Also, we're in the middle of doing the senior fitness testing. Please go get signed up for it. We're going to be keeping those results and tracking it through the years. So if you haven't signed up, please get signed up. I did hear from one of our interns that they had put the sign-up sheet in the back of the book where you couldn't find it. So if you went, didn't see it, got a little frustrated, please forgive us and go sign up. She came running and she was like, no one signed up. And I go, why? She said, oh, wait, it was the very last page. It wasn't findable. So the sign-up sheet is now findable. And also with the results of that, you'll be able to track your progress through the years and also get suggestions on what you should be working on. Finally, we're trying to make each time you work out really count. And so we have added one more thing. You'll see it if you come to the Get Fit with Jennifer class, which is a cardio and strength training class. Our interns are going to be there. We've created a worksheet to figure out target heart rate so that you can use your Apple Watch or the way that you feel to make sure you're getting into the right cardio zones. But you don't have to be going to class to get that. We've also put the forms on the treadmills. So if you notice a new form, it has a way to figure out your heart rate, what zone you might want to be on for different results. We're looking at all of the ways that we can assist you when you work out, you are getting the results that you want, from the senior fitness test to giving more information on what you might want to look for when you're working out. And more of those things will be rolling out shortly. So anyway, that is what I have. I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope to see you on the hike and in class. And I think it's Kim who's next.
Good morning. I just wanted to give you a little bit of information regarding the move of the business office team across the street. They moved last Thursday. They were back up and working by Friday. They're settling in just fine. I want to thank so many different teams here at Butterfield. They've helped us move. They're helping fill the gap over here at this campus when my team's over there. So I appreciate that. I want to assure you, we've really worked hard to manage the risk of having staff across the street. They are not going to be walking back and forth across Joyce Street, and we're not going to be running back and forth all day long. But when they do need to come over, security is assisting to help get them here safely. And my main office is still on the admin hall. I'm going to have a workspace over there when I need to go over there. So I appreciate your patience. The statements were later than normal. It's been a little bit chaotic this month. We'll get back on track. And then I also want to make sure that you know, change is not always easy, but the four ladies are doing great. They're settled in, and we're going to make sure that they still have opportunities to stay engaged with the residents here. That was very important to them, that they did not want to lose that, because many of our staff think that's the best thing about working at Butterfield, to be able to engage with the residents. So I just wanted to let you know all is well, and if you have any questions about your billing, you can always call Annette, and she will be able to come over here and meet with you in person if you need to do that. So, thanks.
Good morning. I'm Vicki. I'm with Healthcare, and I just wanted to give you an update. I know that you all had the email blast that went out. We have been very, very busy in healthcare, and we've had some really positive results. The most notable one of late is we are officially 4 stars, and so that is something that the whole team is very proud of. It's a lot of hard work. It is not a one and done, and it is, you know, expected. It is continuous hard work. It's continuous process improvement and identifying areas of improvement. And so it is an entire team's effort. So that was a big morale booster. So y'all should be very proud of that. Staffing is the other part. Thank you. Yeah. Staffing is the other part. That has been a hot topic since I have gotten here. I encourage you to come take a peek. It is so much better. We have hired well. We have an RN educator coming that has extensive background. She was a surveyor. She was a surveyor here. She has a lot to offer, and we are very excited to have her on this team. There has been a over 60% reduction in call-ins in 1 month. Yes, say that again. Yay. Since we started really holding folks accountable, because everything goes better when folks show up, when you have a team that you can rely on. And y'all, we are becoming a good team back there. It goes back with change. I'm the new person back there. I come from a different background, but we are all bringing our experiences together and actually doing, like, you know, the best path forward. And it's pretty exciting. So just if you have someone back here, come visit us. It is getting so much better. Be very proud of them, and maybe share that when you see a healthcare worker. So thank you.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday and happy fall. Just 2 announcements from the Employee Appreciation Committee. This year we have our Employee Appreciation Committee Fall Fest on October 25th. Y'all are welcome to come to that. We have a good time here in the performance hall. We'll also have some snacks and finger foods over there in the bistro. We'll be playing a movie in the Villa Room back there as well. But it's fun. We have employees bring their kids and their grandkids here, and it's always a great time. If you guys want to show up in costume, that's even better, more festive. And then we also have the third annual pumpkin decorating contest. That's gone pretty well the last 2 years. So the turn-in for that will be on Monday, October 28th by noon. And then we'll do all the voting out here next to the bistro like we have the last couple years from the 28th to 4 p.m. on Wednesday. And then we'll announce the winners on Halloween on the 31st, and I'll figure out a way to do that. So yeah, it's just 2 quick events, and I hope to see you all there and engaged. Thank you.
All right, good morning. I have a few updates for you. First of all, thank you for filling out the survey. We sent out a survey for you to rank high, medium, and low, and there were 187 people that completed the survey. Thank you very much. And so, due to some calculations by one of our residents, we were able to kind of weigh everything on your priority list based on aggregate numbers. So we kind of plugged it in as year 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, based on the priorities. So of course those priorities can change because we just had to order the second new elevator a little bit ahead of time. I know that was much needed. So something else will have to bump off there. So I'll talk about that in just a second as well. So that's going to come out. That'll go to the finance committee, then it'll go to the board, and then we'll share it with you of kind of what that 5-year plan looks like. So you'll be seeing that. As I mentioned, the elevator, so we ordered the one elevator. That was about a month or so ago, and it's supposed to be here in November. I believe it was last week. The weeks kind of run together that we ordered the second new elevator. So we are not taking an old elevator and moving it. We are not taking an old elevator and moving it. I've heard that so many times. We are not taking an old elevator and moving it. We have ordered 2 new elevators. So please, if you hear that rumor, it is not true. The resident satisfaction survey will be coming out. We hope to make that available on the October the 11th, which is next Friday. And then you'll have 2 weeks to complete it. So we'll have it a couple of different ways. We're going to do it. Hopefully you're able to do it electronically. We encourage everyone to do it electronically, but if you can't or just don't want to, then we will have the paper copies available. And so once Chris gets back on Monday, we'll determine on where, if you want a paper copy, where you can pick those up and where you can turn those in. We'll have a lockbox and we'll have it in a couple of locations, but we'll have all that detail for you once it comes out. But we plan to have that available by next Friday. So, and that gives you from the 11th until the 25th to get that completed. So it's very, it's long, but it's long for a reason. We want your input on every area, so you can comment on anything. So there'll be but there'll be a text box in there, so you can put your comments in for all the departments, and it goes department by department. I think it's about 10 pages by the time you get through it. So it's much quicker to do electronically if you can do it that way, but that's up to you. The beer and wine vote will be at the next the October board meeting. There were several board members that weren't available at the last board meeting, so they decided to postpone that to the next month, I'm sorry. Strategic planning committee is meeting monthly, and that's going very well. We're currently discussing the things that are in your priority. What was good to see whenever we get the priority list back from you that you filled out, it went right along with what we assumed were the largest priorities, which the AL, not having enough room in the AL, parking, a couple of the major things that came up. So we are looking into all that, and more information to come. We've had 3 meetings now so far, so as we get a little deeper into it, more information will come on that. The housekeeping, we just recently hired a new housekeeping manager, and he will start Tuesday. So excited to have him on board. And those were all of the updates I have, but I will entertain any questions at all. And of course, like always, I will stay around here as long as you want to stay around. So, yes, ma'am. it has, well, we haven't hired anyone. We're still in the interview process. She asked about the hiring of a landscape manager. That's what we're calling, new landscape manager. So we have, we've been in the interview process for a few weeks now. So we have more today. Is that today? Monday and Tuesday. So hope to have that resolved pretty soon. I think there's 3 or 4 more candidates that we're looking into. So, yes, ma'am. Yeah, I think we're competitive with salary. I think there was a little bit of sticker shock moving to Northwest Arkansas from where they live. The cost of living is quite a bit higher here than a lot of other areas. That was really what we ran into on those two. So we've hopefully, and you know, yeah, it's one of those things you can. But as far as the salary goes, we're very competitive with the position. It's just if you're not from here, it's expensive to live here. A little bit of a shock. I'm sorry, just one second. Yes, ma'am? Okay, she asked how we're handling COVID now. Do you mean as far as isolation or would have to see what the latest was sent out. And Patricia is out today. Let me have Patricia send out an updated, she did? Okay, they said Patricia had sent out that email. I didn't want to misstate anything that was on there, but I'll have her, she can resend that though. So I'll have Patricia resend the COVID policy, COVID isolate. I'm sorry, just one second, yes. Mm-hmm. Well, we had the guys here. She's asking about AT&T and drop calls. They were here a couple of weeks ago, I guess, and they, you know, we didn't have any drop calls while they were here. Of course. But we're still looking into it. There was something we tried to address this morning. Is that right, Gary? Was it this morning? Gary made a switch at 6 o'clock this morning. And I'm not sure the technical terms of all that was going on, but hopefully that helped it because we got an email back from the company that we had the issue. So, yeah, so we had a meeting yesterday with Arvest, and they were talking about their branch down here is having the same issue we're having with drop calls. So we don't know. They were told it was something on Joy Street, so we're trying to figure all that out. We had a meeting also with one of the administrators at Washington Regional, and they're having issues, and University of Arkansas is having issues when we met with one of their, because we all asked the same questions about that. So I don't know. We're still looking into it as far best we can. I'm sorry, one second. There was someone that, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. Vicki, do you want to? Are you able to address? Right now, we're pretty landlocked. We're pretty handcuffed on what can happen at this point. She's asking about what do you do with healthcare since the assisted living is full. If you needed to go to the assisted living right now, you know, what do you do? And the options are, you know, we have a waiting list right now, and I mean that's the best we can do. Either if you're not in healthcare, then they're at their individual living unit. But that's really all we can do without any space. Yeah, if they are once you get on the wait list, if they're in healthcare, they're still on the wait list to get into assisted living. But that's why we're trying to address that problem with the strategic planning committee. That's why we bring it up every time. That's the number one priority. We're licensed for 32 beds right now. We have 15, so we have an opportunity to grow that. Because it is the number one concern. I do hear that from a lot of people throughout the weeks. So, yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'll repeat. So what Beth is saying, they can go to healthcare on a temporary basis until we have room in the assisted living. Yeah, so when we have people right now, I think we have several in healthcare right now waiting. I'm sorry, just 1 second. Was there someone? Okay, yes. He's asking about the cushions on the porch. The the lodge cushions, I apologize. So we can't order the cushion, I guess can't order cushions to fit it, so we have to. Mhm. It was a custom bench seat, and so that's what we're saying, there weren't any one. They're asking about the cushions on the lodge. And we were saying, Ricky was saying that the cushions at the lodge, the benches were custom made, and so those cushions that are worn out, they have to have custom made cushions to put back on it. Is there anything else? Okay, if there was something that you wanted to ask, then I'll hang around till after. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. They are. She's asking about the new housekeeping person. They're replacing it's a new role. We've kind of readjusted some positions, and that's one of the new roles. But we're not adding a person. And that's something I want to clarify too. I get asked a lot about. When you see positions change, we're changing the structure of some departments in the organization. So we're not adding more people. We're kind of restructuring things. So if you see people added, it came from somewhere else. It's all neutral. It's all cost neutral for the most part. We're not just adding. You don't just see us adding all these positions. So if you hear a new title, a new position that maybe you weren't aware of or haven't heard of, well, that's coming from somewhere else. Just a different way to do things. She was asking about the housekeeping manager. All right, well, I'll hang around after this. If you have anything you want to talk about or ask, just come on up. So thank you. Y'all have a good weekend.